Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. This is Aisha Firdaus and you are watching Teachers World. Hopefully you all are doing good. I'm here with some very interesting topic that would actually help the students redesign their classrooms and help the students learn. Tell me one thing, are you not worried about that students don't have their self-interest to learn something and they don't actually own their learning? They don't enjoy the learning. It's because it's always, even in workshops and trainings, it is because we insist on how a teacher should teach, what are the techniques and the why of teaching, and all these things are covered with a very little focus, like how will a student own the learning, how will the student get a support, or can we design something like a self-paced learning. So keeping all this in mind, I have come up with this video with the title, Let's Crack the Learning Code. Are you all with me? If yes, type it in the comment section given below, and if you want to know further on this topic, you can send me a mail on firdausaisha751@gmail.com. Now let's move ahead. So how of learning is very important. This will actually bring a shift in our thinking, like redesigning the traditional way we teach the lessons. However, we say we incorporate, we are not teaching traditionally, we are going with group system or cooperative learning, Z2A approach, flipped learning and all these things, but still it is like teacher who is delivering the lesson and student who is completing the assignment. This is what is going on. So what if the student owns the learning process? What do we have to, how do we have to design that learning process? Let's get started. Why is there a need to crack the learning code? Yes, there is a need for change indeed. Let's face it, traditional classrooms have often been teacher driven. We teach, they listen. We assign, they complete. But the question is, do they really own their learning? Do they know where they stand, what they'll want to learn, and how they can reach there? That's where the idea of self-paced learning comes in, a model that transforms students from passive listeners to active learners. Let's understand what is a self-paced learning model. In a self-paced learning model, the teacher becomes the designer, not just of lessons, but of learning experiences. The student becomes the navigator of his or her own journey. Each topic begins with curiosity, moves through structured learning, and ends with reflection, all customized to the learner's pace. Let's look at the framework step by step. Here's how we can begin designing our modules to make this shift possible. To start with a short pre-assessment, where am I standing? Before jumping into the topic, let's help the students reflect. A simple checklist can do wonders. What do I already know? What am I unsure about? What is totally new to me? Use the KWL chart. This gives clarity and helps students connect prior knowledge with new learning. Next, set the learning goals. What will I be able to do? The teacher clearly defines the learning outcomes for the topic, based on which students will set their learning targets. Simple, child-friendly targets like, by the end of this topic, I'll be able to explain, solve, etc. Students must see the destination before starting the journey. Adding on to this, let's move ahead with learning pathway. How will I learn? That's the most important phase. Teachers are requested to make videos of the concept. Okay, teachers in India are specifically, we have to focus on this area. Concept videos, we can make a PPT and add on our voice and make an explanatory video that will be a part of the module, so that you will save your time in explaining in the traditional way using the blackboard. You can actually add this explanatory video in the students learning module and add some reading cards, practice sheets or concept maps. Let the student choose. Choice is the best thing we can give to the students. Let the student choose how to learn at his pace, his comfort and his time, keeping in mind his preferences. This not only builds responsibility but also nurtures intrinsic motivation. followed by the next step, that is reflection. How far have I come? Once a topic is done, let the learner revisit the KWL chart. What did I actually learn? What's still confusing? This self-reflection helps teachers identify real learning gaps. Learning isn't complete until it's reflected upon. What is the teacher's role? Let's understand. We are the designers, not deliverers. We help in knowledge processing, not mere delivering. In this model, we as teachers are not just content deliverers anymore. We become learning architects, designing modules, scaffolding understanding, and supporting learners to build their own strategies. Our job is to create structures that make independent learning possible. Adding to this, there are some more points which we need to keep it on our mind. Students love progress when they can see it. So with self-paced tasks, we can add perk points or learning badges to celebrate progress. To keep learning motivated at every step, we can gamify the process. Every time a student completes a task, answers correctly, or shows improvements, let's celebrate it with a small perk. It could be a Bravo badge, a Hoorah sticker, or simple digital smiley that says, "Yes, you did it." These micro acknowledgements build motivation, confidence, and a sense of progress, turning learning into a joyful journey. Well, adding on to this, there is one thing you can keep it on your mind. Let's call the Student-Led Learning Module 2.0 a gamified SEL integrated self-paced system. Now here's where the magic truly happens. The learning module gets interactive and fun. Each student gets to choose how they want to learn because we all learn differently, don't we? So before beginning the topic, we all add a small checkbox called How I Want to Learn, where the student picks their preferred style: visual, auditory, reading, writing, or kinesthetic. So maybe like to draw a diagram, others may enjoy listening to a short video, and some may prefer reading a story card. This way, the learning module celebrates different intelligences as well: logical, linguistic, visual, rhythmic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and the project they work on at the end will match their strength. To keep focus alive, there is also a self-check box midway that asks, "Am I distracted or on my target?" If yes, we can take a short motivational pause, a 1-minute reflection, deep breath, or a quick stretch. If no, we celebrate and say, "Let's proceed." This tiny step keeps learning emotionally healthy and self-regulated. Learning doesn't have to be linear. It can be living, breathing, and beautifully personalized. So, Jazakallah khair. Thanks for watching this video. If at all you have some ideas that will add to the self-paced learning module, feel free to share on firdausaisha751@gmail.com, or you want us to call you, then also you can share your number in the chat box so that our team will connect to you. Jazakallah khair. Enjoy teaching. Happy journey.